Welcome to the mysterious and fantasy world of sports. You will enter to the fantasy story like of each sport. Archery. Archery is the sport, practice, or skill of using a bow to shoot arrows. The word comes from the Latin arcus, meaning bow. Historically, archery has been used for hunting and combat. In modern times, it is mainly a competitive sport and recreational activity. Track and field is a sport that includes athletic contests based on running, jumping, and throwing skills. The name is derived from where the sport takes place, a running track and a grass field for the throwing and some of the jumping events. Running events that range from short-distance sprints to middle-distance runs of a mile or so to long-distance runs, like a 26-mile-plus marathon. Hurdle race. Hurdling is a track and field event in which runners race over a series of obstacles along a course. The obstacles, called hurdles, are set a fixed distance apart. During a race, runners must remain in their assigned running lanes. Long jump. The long jump is a track and field event in which athletes combine speed, strength, and agility in an attempt to leap as far as possible from a takeoff point. High jump. The high jump is a track and field event in which competitors must jump unaided over a horizontal bar placed at measured heights without dislodging it. Pole vault. Pole vaulting, also known as pole jumping, is a track and field event in which an athlete uses a long and flexible pole, usually made from fiberglass or carbon fiber, as an aid to jump over a bar. Javelin. The javelin throw is a track and field event where the javelin, a spear about 2.5 meters, 8 feet 2 inches, in length, is thrown as far as possible. The javelin thrower gains momentum by running within a predetermined area. Chess. Chess is a challenge of the mind, but it also challenges the mind, pushing humans to new intellectual feats and developing critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Cycling. Cycling, use of a bicycle for sport, recreation, or transportation. The sport of cycling consists of professional and amateur races, which are held mostly in continental Europe, the United States, and Asia. Gymnastic. Gymnastics is a type of sport that includes physical exercises requiring balance, strength, flexibility, agility, coordination, artistry, and endurance. The movements involved in gymnastics contribute to the development of the arms, legs, shoulders, back, chest, and abdominal muscle groups. Horse racing. Horse racing is an equestrian performance activity, typically involving 2 or more horses ridden by jockeys, or sometimes driven without riders, over a set distance for competition. It is one of the most ancient of all sports, as its basic premise, to identify which of 2 or more horses is the fastest over a set course or distance, has been mostly unchanged since at least. Fencing. Fencing is a combat sport that features sword fighting. The 3 disciplines of modern fencing are the foil, the épée, and the saber. Each discipline uses a different kind of blade, which shares the same name and employs its own rules. Boxing. Boxing is a combat sport and a martial art in which two people, usually wearing protective gloves and other protective equipment such as hand wraps and mouth guards, throw punches at each other for a predetermined amount of time in a boxing ring. Judo. Judo is an unarmed modern Japanese martial art, combat sport, Olympic sport, and the most prominent form of jacket wrestling competed internationally. Wrestling. Wrestling is a martial art and combat sport that involves grappling with an opponent and striving to obtain a position of advantage through different throws or techniques within a given rule set. Roller skating. Roller skating is the act of traveling on surfaces with roller skates. It is a recreational activity, a sport, and a form of transportation. Roller rinks and skate parks are built for roller skating, though it also takes place on streets, sidewalks, and bike paths. Figure skating. Figure skating beautifully blends the athleticism and strength of sport with the grace and precision of dance. This combination can lead to extraordinary performances where figure skaters appear to effortlessly glide across the rink as they jump and spin through the air, dancing on ice. Ice hockey. Ice hockey, or simply hockey in North America, is a team sport played on ice skates, usually on an ice skating rink with lines and markings specific to the sport. Two opposing teams use ice hockey sticks to control, advance, and shoot a vulcanized rubber hockey puck into the other team's net. Each goal is worth 1 point. Skateboard. Skateboarding is an action sport that involves riding and performing tricks using a skateboard, as well as a recreational activity, an art form, an entertainment industry job, and a method of transportation. Triathlon. A triathlon is an endurance multi-sport race consisting of swimming, cycling, and running over various distances. 1. Triathletes compete for fastest overall completion time, racing each segment sequentially with the time transitioning between the disciplines included. Weightlifting. Weightlifting, often known as Olympic weightlifting, is a competitive strength sport in which athletes compete in lifting a barbell loaded with weight plates from the ground to overhead, with the aim of successfully lifting the heaviest weights. Athletes compete in two specific ways of lifting the barbell overhead. Badminton. Badminton is a racket sport played using rackets to hit a shuttlecock across a net. Although it may be played with larger teams, the most common forms of the game are singles with 1 player per side and doubles with 2 players per side. Bungee jumping. Bungee jumping, also spelled bungee jumping, is an activity that involves a person jumping from a great height while connected to a large elastic cord. The launching pad is usually erected on a tall structure such as a building or crane, a bridge across a deep ravine, or on a natural geographic feature such as a cliff. Snowboarding. Snowboarding is a recreational and competitive activity that involves descending a snow-covered surface while standing on a snowboard that is almost always attached to a rider's feet. It features in the Winter Olympic Games and Winter Paralympic Games. Mountain climbing. Mountaineering, mountain climbing, or alpinism is a set of outdoor activities that involves ascending mountains. Mountaineering-related activities include traditional outdoor climbing, skiing, and traversing via ferratas that have become sports in their own right. Skydiving. Parachuting and skydiving are a method of transiting from a high point in an atmosphere to the ground or ocean surface with the aid of gravity, involving the control of speed during the descent using a parachute or parachutes. It is the sport or activity of jumping from an aircraft and performing acrobatic maneuvers in the air under free fall before landing by parachute. It's test time. Guess the sports tie hat you can see in the screen. Enjoy and have fun.